I'm now going to invite back to the stage Mr. David Lamond, who has just addressed you by reading the names so carefully to all of us, to deliver the occasional address. David's qualifications include degrees in psychology and public management and a PhD in managerial psychology. He is a Fellow of the Australian and New Zealand Academy of Management and a Fellow of the Royal Society for the Encouragement of Arts, Manufacture and Commerce. His experience base incorporates nearly 2 decades in management education at Macquarie Graduate School of Management, Sydney Graduate School of Management, the Nottingham Business School in the UK, and now at Victoria University. Previously, David had a successful career as a senior public sector executive in local and state government in New South Wales. His responsibilities there included direct service provision and management through to corporate and strategic planning and implementation. Professor Lamond is published across a range of academic disciplines on management issues, with 2 books, 12 book chapters and more than 60 refereed journal articles and conference presentations. He has been the recipient of a variety of awards for excellence in scholarship and academic leadership, most recently receiving the Academy of Management Award for Outstanding Leadership and Service in 2009 for his work with the Academy's Management History Division. In addition to his continuing interest in all aspects of scholarship in management history, David has also consulted extensively, both locally and internationally, in business, government and the not-for-profit sector. He continues his work with Emerald Group Publishing as an academic advisor in corporate consigliere. Now, I will say that in inviting David to speak today, he has been 2 months with us as Executive Dean for the Faculty of Business and Law. Normally, we do not have the occasional address from one of our executive deans, but you can hear the exceptional history that David has brought to the university, and we felt that as a new executive dean it was particularly appropriate, with so many of the graduates coming from his faculty, that he have a chance to address us all. Thank you, David.
Vice-Chancellor, university colleagues, parents, guests, and of course, graduates. Graduation is a great achievement and a profound time of change and possibility. Giving a speech at a graduation is an honour and an important responsibility. I'm also aware that on a day of such high excitement, what you require of any speaker, first and foremost, is brevity. I hope not to fail you in this respect. So if you see a bunch of pages here, know that it's large type and double space for these poor tired eyes. In presenting my words to you this morning, I come to you as a migrant Celt, as first in family to attend university, as a mature-age student and graduate following a nursing career during the 1970s and senior executive positions in local and state government during the 1980s, before working in academia, as you heard, for the last couple of decades. Along the way, I've dug ditches, cleaned bedpans, lived and worked in many countries, and sought always to at least keep up to date with the latest thinking in my area of human resource management, and occasionally managing to make contributions to that thinking. This is my 5th graduation ceremony this week, and as I thought about graduation ceremonies over the last couple of decades, I'm up around somewhere between 80 and 90 graduation ceremonies that I've attended, either to be conferred a degree or to have the great pleasure of watching our graduates receive their degrees. But I never tire of these important rites of passage for you signalling your personal achievements, and for us as staff, an affirmation of our own vocation. I listened yesterday to Dr. Lindsay Fox talk about his past and present and the future that he wished for his family. As you think about your futures, consider, as former US Secretary of Education Mr. Richard Riley observed, that over the coming decades you'll be employed in jobs that don't yet exist, using technologies that haven't been yet invented to solve problems that we don't yet know are problems. With those imperatives in mind, there are 2 sets of reflections I want to share with you embedded in the journey of life that you commenced many years ago. The first relates to that part of the journey that you've just completed as students, and the second to that part of the journey on which you're now embarking as graduates. In the middle of the 20th century, sociologist Kurt Lewin observed that there's nothing so practical as a good theory. What he meant by this, of course, is that a theory is good to the extent that it helps us to understand, to explain and predict reality. Whether you were aware of it or not, one of the purposes of your having been here at VU was to be exposed to those theories, not simply as a base of knowledge, but as a base of understanding and application. One test of those theories, and you as practitioners, is the extent to which you'll be able to apply that knowledge to the challenges that will confront you in work and in life more generally in the future. Here at Victoria University, we see a key part of our purpose as developing graduates who are responsible, market-ready professionals with a global outlook. As you embark on the next part of your journey, your toolkit in hand, you have to decide how to use those tools with which you've been equipped. Some would go further and argue that you have a moral responsibility to use your gifts to help make the world a better place, not just for you, but for others as well, and especially for those less fortunate. In a short while, the Vice-Chancellor will charge you as graduates to live out the values of the university. As you make your silent promise, let me offer some thoughts on which to reflect in that regard. In his preface to the United Nations World Economic Social Survey in 2006, the then United Nations Secretary-General Kofi Annan observed that our world is richer than ever before, but it's also marked by enormous inequalities, both within and between countries. The average annual income of someone living in the world's richest country, Luxembourg, is more than 100 times larger than that of the average citizen of Sierra Leone, one of the world's poorest. Such big differences in living standards should be a matter of great concern because they reflect serious inequalities in life opportunities. This calls, he said, for a robust policy response at both the national and international levels so that all countries can achieve the Millennium Development Goals and other agreed development objectives. Some years earlier, at the World Economic Forum in 1999, Annan had challenged business leaders to join the Global Compact, an international initiative to promote responsible corporate citizenship so that businesses can be part of the solution to the challenges of globalisation in the areas of human rights, labour, the environment and anti-corruption, and create a more sustainable and inclusive global economy. Around the world now, companies are seeking to integrate social and environmental concerns in their business operations, investing more in their people, the environment and their relations with stakeholders. Whatever the field of endeavour in which you will engage, now and in the future, those social and environmental concerns will still need to be addressed. We cannot know today how many of you will choose this way to follow in your careers. I will say this, with which I will close. We at VU can wish for you no higher compliment in the future than it will be reported that your graduating classes were populated by reflective, responsible practitioners. In the meantime, enjoy your day and let us all take the opportunity to bask in the glow of your achievements. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Lamond, for your insightful comments to our graduates this morning, and we are in fact appreciative of the fact that our Faculty of Business and Law is in very good hands. Thank you, David. Can we thank you?